What's going on, Big A, with another video. And yesterday, EA and Respawn mentioned that they are going to do more Star Wars games, I believe 3 Star Wars games, one of which being Jedi Fallen Order 2, which I love the first one, I think it's great, down for a second one. And there's 2 other unannounced projects. One is predicted to be Star Wars Battlefront 3, and the other one we have no idea about. But you know what I think Respawn Entertainment should do for their 3rd Star Wars game, if the other 2 are, as I said? They should do a movement shooter where the main character is a Mandalorian. I think that'll be a wicked idea. If you played Titanfall or Titanfall 2, you've got the kind of booster jets. It's essentially, it would be Titanfall 2, but in Star Wars. And I think that would be wicked for you to be a Mandalorian. Let's face it, Mandalorians are pretty much carrying Star Wars at the moment. There's been kind of like less focus on the Jedi and kind of like more delving into the mythos and culture of the Mandalorians and the different kind of Mandalorians. And yeah, a Mandalorian with a jetpack, various different guns, jetpacking about, jumping off buildings and stuff. They'll be wicked. We've seen Mandalorians like jetpack into battle in Clone Wars, Rebels, The Mandalorian. And so to have that in a game would be wicked. Yeah, I think it would be so sick to have a Mandalorian first-person movement shooter where you're just jetpacking about everywhere. I have no idea as to what the story would be or anything like that, but it would be great for them to capitalize on Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett, because, like I said, Mandalorians are carrying Star Wars right now. Anyway, right, so when I was editing this video, I realized a few things that it could have in the game. For example, the various classes for your multiplayer. And here representing the heavy class is Paz Vizsla. So the heavy class is like a tank essentially, so slow movement, but heavy armor and, well, a powerful firing rate of weapon. For example, they're slow not only on the ground, but also in the air as well. And then you could have a light class, which is represented by Casca Reeves, and it would be the opposite. So it would be light armor, great with movement in the air and on the ground as well. The weapons would be weaker, but fire at a quicker rate to even things out. You could also have kind of like a standard class represented here by Bo-Katan. This would be your general kind of all-rounder class. So decent with weapons, a decent firing rate with weapons, kind of average in terms of power. They're good in the air and good on the ground, but they're nowhere near as maneuverable as the light class. And then finally, there would also be some form of sniper class as well, here represented by Jin Darin. And the whole point of that class would be to be pretty good in the air in order to get to high places, in order to be able to snipe enemies at a distance. And I think they would probably end up being okay on the ground, nothing too great. But those are just some basic ideas I had of the various classes that could be in the game. On top of having things like your various rifles and blasters and thermal detonators, you could also have the vibro blades, which we've seen in The Mandalorian as well, and shields as well for melee. And we've also seen those in the Book of Boba Fett recently. So you could also have melee combat in there if needs be, which I think would kind of make things a bit more fresh for a Star Wars game. I don't think there's been that many Star Wars games that include melee combat. And also whatever class you were would determine as to, you know, how heavy or how quick your hits are and your response times to things. So it all kind of like affects it, and it just kind of makes it a game between what you can pull off as your class and what someone else can pull off in their class. And you'd have to be quite strategic in as to how you did melee if it came down to it. Other than that, you could even have him like, you could have just the sickest things happen. You could do missions where, I don't know, maybe you have to chase someone, and rather than chasing them on the ground, you move faster when you're like jumping from building to building and over things, and you know, a bit of a boost to speed up and all that business, to do forward boost, side step boost and all that kind of business. Imagine if you had to kind of fight a Rancor in an arena and you had to like do quick movements to dodge and all that kind of business. Just the possibilities are endless. Anyone at Respawn, if you can hear me, please make a Mandalorian movement shooter, because it would make bank. It'd be great. Even the multiplayer would be wicked as well. It'll just be dope. Just Mandalorians everywhere. You get to customize your character and all that kind of stuff. Make it happen. Let me know as to what you think about the idea of a first-person movement shooter with Mandalorians as the main characters. Do all the things. As always, stick around and watch another video.